In this lecture, we will discuss about 6.1.2, that is AI risk assessment. Let us discuss their requirement. So, what it says that organizations shall establish an AI risk assessment process. So, a process should be in place with following conditions. So, first requirement is it should be aligned with the AI policy and objectives. Now, let us understand how to implement this practically. So, what we did is we have aligned our AIMS policy with risk management procedure. So, if you see, our artificial intelligence risk identification, classification, etc. will be guided as per risk management policy of the organization. Further, what we did is we have standardized the risk identification process. So, objectives of artificial intelligence is included in our risk identification process. So, it clears the first point. So, next requirement is ensure consistent and valid risk assessment over time. Now, we have well defined parameters for identification and classification of risk. Now, these parameters will ensure that there is a standardized risk assessment process and output will be also standardized and comparable. We have defined likelihood parameters, we have defined impact areas, and then we have defined classification areas. Now let us move to the third point. Identifies risks that help or hinder the AI objectives. So if you see here, what we stated is risks should be identified on following parameters. So this will help us to comply with the requirement of the standard. Fourth point, analyzes the risk by assessing their potential impact, estimating the likelihood, and determining the risk level. We already discussed this. All these three parameters have been defined in our risk assessment procedure. And evaluates the risk by comparing them to risk criteria and prioritizing the risk for treatment. Now, what we'll do is we have a risk acceptance criteria. So this is also being complied, and then we need to have a column for documenting which risk need to be prioritized. So you can have your own way of prioritizing the risk. You may consider as high, medium, low, etc. So you need to document which of the risks that has not yet been treated is priority for your organization. And lastly, it should be available in documented information. So that's all for this lecture. In our next lecture, we will discuss 6.1.3, that is risk treatment procedure. Thanks for watching.